So, half and half. So look, we're just wittering on amongst ourselves. Well, said red light is actually solid this whole time.
Oh look, yes, there we are.
So we are, in fact, we've been ignoring people. Well, ignoring the fact that we're supposed to be.
Well,
actually
nobody's
talking
watching on Facebook yet. So
nobody's watching. They don't like us. They think we're very boring. Yeah. We could do a program all about the layers of paint on a bus stop, couldn't we? That would be exciting. Anyway, we'll witter on, and hopefully things will wake up presently. There's people joining us on the tube with you.
Yes,
I see
there are
that.
people now.
There are people joining us. It's because we're early. We're early. We thought we'd try and get a jump on the technology today, because some days it likes to fight with us. Good morning, Heather. I see her there.
There you go.
This is just marvellous.
All right.
Marvellous.
Wow.
So what do you
Oh,
think?
Brenda's up. I see you, Brenda.
I see you, Gilda. Good morning. This is wonderful. People are waking up and waking up. I hope you're awake by now. I'm not sure if I'm awake. So, but, you know how it goes.
And Savannah's here.
Coffee.
It's Tarot Talk Tuesday.
Tarot Talk Tuesday. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, well, goodness. Well, it's almost 11, and I suppose we could say, oh, good morning, Wendy. Good morning.
Kim says she's just watching and then headed off to bed because she worked last night.
Oh, well, that's perfectly acceptable.
Yep.
That's perfectly acceptable. So your Elevensies is at the end of the day. So it's a late show for you. It's interesting because Elevensies is a kind of late show. It's a late morning show.
It's a late morning show.
And so welcome, because it's 11 o'clock. Welcome to Elevensies with Lisa and Anton. I'm Anton. Good morning.
And I'm Lisa. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's
Good
left
morning.
of it? There's not much left of morning.
Well, it's sort of late morning. The sun is shining, which is
It
which
is
is
a
good.
beautiful day. I'm going to go take care of some sticks outside today. Hi, Pam.
The birds are cheeping their little hearts out.
Yeah.
It's all good.
My little chicks are big enough to sit up on a roost already. They're only 3 weeks old.
I
They're
know.
so funny.
They got attitude. Some of them got attitude. Oh yes, now there's a bunch of
There's
people.
a little
joining
yellow
us
fluffy
on the
one
tube
that
with
just
you.
kind of looks at you. Yes.
Oh, she's got attitude, definitely.
Hi,
Anyway,
Shauna.
good morning, Sparky. So as we said earlier in our pre-show show,
It's Tarot Talk Tuesday.
Tarot Talk Tuesday, and the card for today, dun dun dun, the Knight of Pentacles,
the Knight of Pentacles for everybody who's watching and doesn't have much to see. The Knight of Pentacles.
Yes, for those of you watching in black and white, it's the Knight of Pentacles. Yes. So there you go.
All right. So this is a court card in the suit of Earth.
Yes. Pentacles is Earth.
However, I don't give it a zodiac correspondence, right? I use the Page, Queens, and Kings as my zodiac, because then there's 4 times 3, which is 12.
I see. I see.
So I use the knights as messengers, bringers of information. Now,
I'm sorry, I just got that Monty Python thing. Message for you, sir. With the arrow. Anyway,
all right, you go ahead. You go first.
No, please, you go. Please. Sorry. I should drink my coffee.
Yeah, because there's nothing like derailing my train of thought.
It's totally derailed. I'll have more coffee.
All right.
Messengers.
All right, so knights to me are messengers. Amber says, hello, I missed past shows. I haven't been doing well. My 28-week pregnant body feels like I'm failing.
You.
Well, you can always go back when you feel like it and watch it on YouTube.
You certainly can.
All right.
Binge the whole lot.
So knights are messengers. But, when we look at the other knights, we see that they have a lot more movement. This guy is kind of on a big, heavy, dark horse. However, he's still holding the pentacle in front of him. So he's looking forward to something. So I kind of see this knight as the message that says, it's okay to be still. It's okay to think it through. But once you have your pros and cons listed and you know where you're headed, you might like to give the horse a kick. When we kind of look closely, he's got things growing out of his hat.
He's got a shrubbery out
and
of his
the
head.
horse has things growing out of his head by this time. He's been rooted there quite a while.
It's been preponderance of stuff.
There's some interesting colors, red and blue again. And the background of the card is very yellow. So this, I think, is about the willpower to get moving, or the won't power to resist something.
Yes.
And I definitely see this card as a kind of take charge of the situation, take all that you've learned, kick the horse, and move forward. So what do you see in this card?
Well, much the same, actually. Yes, I concur. For me, also, Knights are very much about messengers. But this is a message to you, particularly when this card comes up. You need to get bloody on with it. You've got masses of potential. The first thing that really leaps out on this card to me is this huge ploughed field back here. Now, that means that field has been prepared. It may already have been planted, or maybe you need to go plant it, but it is prepared. It is potential. There is potential for great abundance and fertility here, and fecundity, you know, however you want to say it. And I mean, obviously, Pentacles, that's what they're about. This is, if this was a material matter, this is really about, you know, you've got the potential, just get the heck on with it. And because, you know, you can ponder it forever, you know. My dad used to, bless him, he used to have this wonderful T-shirt. I think I might have bought it for him, actually.
Yeah.
And it said, top 10 reasons I procrastinate. 1. That's all it said. Yeah. Never got around to it.
So, yeah, check the cards next to this, because it could be someone who is just really procrastinating.
Could be procrastinating, could be stuck on something. It depends. As you said, one card in isolation can say so much, but it says so much more as part of the story in a spread. But this card definitely is not a bad card. Not a bad card, because it does indicate great potential, and it does indicate that, you know, the wherewithal to do it. You've just got to get on with it, and maybe growing the shrubbery and that's it. It's not a good idea. So have a bit of movement here, a bit of movement. Move towards that which you want. I mean, there are 3 stages to everything. It's like the 3-legged milking stool, isn't it?
Yeah. You know? Having a lot of deep thoughts, you know.
Yeah, idea, plan, action. Idea, plan, action. You know, an idea without a plan is just a wish. And a plan without action's going nowhere. And that's what's going on here.
Again, that's why the background is yellow, to kind of trigger your solar plexus energy and say, hey, you can manage this. You have the energy. You've got the information. You've collected all you need. Now look where you're headed. You know that your plan is solid. You've got to take a step, though, because if you don't ever take a step, you're not going to make your plan execute, right? So I think this card is about like galloping down off the hill into the valley and planting your seeds, getting your, you know, at least get started, right? At least get started. So kick the horse and get moving, you know, you're ready to go.
Put spurs to it. Yeah, it's a good card, though. I think all in all, it's a good card. It's interesting, though, that sometimes one of the things that we may get stuck with is the enormity of the situation before us. You know, it's like, oh, I don't know where to start, because I have to do this, and I've got to do this, and before I can do this, I can do this, and I can do this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Listen, in the words of Lao Tzu, yeah?
Lao Tzu.
Even a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And one of the best antidotes to stress is action. And if you're actually working towards something, you'll find your stress level reduces. You're not stuck there spinning your wheels in the sand, so to speak, which is what this guy's doing. Well, it's not actually spinning his horse's hooves at all. He's just taking root almost.
Right. A lot of times when we are in that place of having to wait, it does make it easier to wait if we work on something.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing as well, you know, if your focus is on waiting, if your focus is on delay, guess what you're bringing towards you? You know, how long must we wait? Well, until waiting is done. And when you're not actually actively waiting, when you're not focused on your lack, when you're not focused on you haven't got it yet, and you're actually doing something to move things towards you, you're no longer waiting. You are no longer waiting. And so that stress of that, how long must we wait, disappears. There is some sense to some of these old philosophies that have been thrown around for millennia.
So when you see the Knight of Pentacles, know that you have everything you need and it's time to get moving.
Put spurs to horse, get moving. So should we pull a card for today?
Yes.
Can you do that, or would Skittle maybe like to pull the card for today?
I'd have to pull it cross-handed here because.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Can you hold the bag?
So I can. Yes, I'm sorry. Certainly. And of course, she's about to pull the Knight of Pentacles. I'm sure.
No.
Oh, and speaking of procrastination, the two of Swords. This is a card of be careful not to become a Freddie Fulcrum. So my reading for today, Freddie Fulcrum, balance everything out so much you don't actually get anything done. And this is like, so this person, if you look very closely on the face of this card, there's this blindfold woman, you know, with these two perfectly balanced things, you know, not making a decision, not necessarily moving forwards. There may be two paths she can go by. She hasn't quite figured out what to do because it's all worked up. And we're at a slack tide. I mean, are we going to get our feet wet, or is we going to be left high and dry here? Who knows? Is the
water coming in or going out?
Yes, but she's not as blind as you think initially, because when you look really closely on this card, and we'll have to get some kind of camera to show you one time, you can actually see now Raja is chasing that damn tail. It's a problem apparently.
He's very funny.
Her eyes are poking out underneath that blindfold. She can see, so like putting off the decision, oh, I need more information, I need more information, I need more information. You don't. You know what's going on. And in the words of the great prophet Led Zeppelin, there may be two paths you can go by, but you can always change the road you're on. You know, you're not stuck on something totally. This is not a fire and forget scenario. This is a test and adjust scenario. You need to make adjustments as you go, make adjustments as you go. Don't let that stop you moving forwards. So it really fits in well with the last card. And what's your reading for today?
My reading for today is to remind people anytime that there's a moon on a card, it means you're starting a new phase.
And so we are.
And I usually see this card as, okay, you know that you have to make a choice. We look, both swords are identical. So if you pick A, you'll be happy. If you pick B, you'll be happy. But if at this point you pick nothing, you won't make any progress and you might not be so happy. In other words, you can't just sit where you are anymore. You either have to decide to stay at the job you're at or go to the new job. You either have to stay with the person you're with or find a new relationship. You either have to accept your health as it is or make yourself start a new path to make you healthier. So this is about making a decision to start anew, whether you're going to continue where you are or whether you're going to make a big change. So it's today's decision time. Just pick one. Get on with it.
It does. Yes. You must decide. Decide you must, in the words of Yoda.
Shauna. Savannah says, damn it.
Damn it. Decide you must.
Decide you must. Get on with it.
In the words of Yoda, just choose you must.
You must.
But yeah, good. Not a bad card. Bye, Skittle. All right, she's had enough apparently.
Oh no, she just wants to dump the coffee.
Oh well, that's lovely then, isn't it? Speaking of coffee, I must have some.
All right.
So what have we got going on today? What else we got going on?
Today we have a lot of outside stuff going on. I'm going to try to, since it's a nice day, clean up some sticks that came down in the storms and make some kindling.
It's because it's still warm enough that we need a fire.
We've got a lot of writing and things to do today.
We do.
And tomorrow night is Witch Wears. So we'll be sharing with you a lot of the things that we create at the store. So last month we showed you all the things that Danny's been making. And
Danny, awesome. Yes, she makes some lovely
tomorrow
stuff.
Night we will show you the things that we make.
Yes. And on that note, I must order wicks.
You must order some more wicks.
Must do that. Yeah. Must do that right now. Well, when we get off air. But yeah, we've been quite busy this past weekend and what have you, with actually creating some more stuff. A lot of our own stuff. Yeah. So we'll have some fun stuff to show you. And maybe we'll offer some specials and all sorts of fun stuff.
You never know.
There's always going to be something.
Tune in tomorrow night, find out.
Check it out tomorrow night. But otherwise, I think that's we've probably whittled on long enough. Do you think? Nobody's really said much today. I think we've bored them. It's the episode about watching paint dry. It's particularly exciting. You'll like it.
Right. Okay. All right, Skittles back to say goodbye, everybody.
Well, that's
have a fantastic Tuesday.
Wonderful, yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Do please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends all about us. There's actually quite a few people watching on YouTube. They're just obviously awestruck. Didn't want to say.
Thank you very much. Peace. Have a great day.
You. Yep.
Get your horse moving.
Get your horse moving. Put spurs to horse and choose you must. Move on with it. It's Mars. Use the energy in Mars.
Mars.